Welcome to the 164th episode of Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. Click the bell so you'll be notified when the next cases are released. On June 24th, 2018, 61-year-old Cindy Testerman's son, Robert, was calling his mom but got no answer, so he went over to her house in Rosedale, Maryland. He went in and saw a shotgun on the kitchen table and saw his mom deceased on the floor. He walked immediately outside and called police. Baltimore County Police responded and spoke with Robert in front of the house. When police went into the house, they noticed that the gas stove was on and declared Cindy Testerman deceased at 8:24 p.m. As Robert was speaking with police, he started to go through the home surveillance on his phone. A man was repeatedly seen coming to the house. Autopsy determined that she was stabbed to death and she had defensive wounds. The knife used in the attack was missing, and her house was ransacked and her car also missing. Cindy's obituary noted that she was a free spirit, practiced magic, was a local history buff, enjoyed crafting, and spending time with her grandchildren. When Cindy's car was located in Baltimore City, police pulled it over. The woman driver told them that her husband bought the car from someone named Bird, and she was understandably upset. The description of Bird was consistent with the man on the surveillance video. When police spoke to neighbors, they mentioned a neighbor who was missing. This neighbor lived across the street from Cindy and was 66-year-old Judy Slebzak. The neighbors relayed that when Ryan, Judy's 32-year-old stepson, moved in, he told them that Judy was at rehab. Police went through old records and found that Judy did have a stepson, Ryan McGuire. His mugshot matched to the man on Cindy's surveillance. A search warrant was issued for Judy's house. It was empty except for her 4 cats. Meanwhile, Cindy's son Robert began logging into her credit card accounts and found that purchases had been made at different stores. The police then went to the stores and reviewed their surveillance, and lo and behold, it was Ryan McGuire making the purchases. Police learned that Ryan McGuire had a room at a local motel and obtained a search warrant for that room. In the room was credit cards, IDs, and jewelry belonging to both Cindy and Judy. Also in the room was the knife used in the murders. On June 27, 2018, Ryan McGuire was arrested. In the interrogation room, he claimed that Judy let him have her car. He then said Judy was dead too and would tell them where she was if they gave him a cigarette. He had admitted to killing both women. Once the detective gave him a cigarette, McGuire tells them that Judy was hidden in a trunk in her bedroom and died a month earlier because he intentionally overdosed her. Interestingly, he made a cryptic Facebook post a week prior to Judy's murder. McGuire then confessed that he killed Cindy because she kept calling Judy's house asking for her and eventually threatened to call the police. Police went back to Judy's home where her body was discovered in the trunk. Autopsy determined that Judy had been stabbed as well and that her body tested positive for cocaine, fentanyl, and morphine. It was learned at trial that blood evidence on McGuire's shoes matched to Cindy. Also, McGuire's motive to kill Judy was to keep getting her monthly checks for drugs as he was an addict. Ryan McGuire was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life on December 12, 2019. He is imprisoned in Cumberland, Maryland. Thank you for joining me this week. If there's a Maryland's Missing or Murdered case that you would like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Twitter is Maryland's M&M. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. I'll see you again next week. Be kind to one another. You never know what will happen tomorrow.